Hello, today is Friday. We've talked about honor all week, and today we're going to talk about honoring the Lord with our wealth. There's so many aspects to honor. Monday and Tuesday was honoring our parents. Wednesday, we talked about honoring the needy, the poor. Yesterday, we talked about a different aspect of honor. Do you remember what it was? Chat it in. I like to quiz. I'm doing that on Sundays now. What did we talk about yesterday? It's good to, rejuvenate our mind to think back. So today we're going to talk about honoring the Lord with our wealth. You have the ability to create wealth, not just because you're smart, not because you're talented, not because grandpa was good at making money. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, remember that it is the Lord, your God, who gives you the power to become rich. He does this because he is still faithful today to the covenant that he made with your ancestors. It's God's will for you to flourish here on earth. He's not against you, he's for you. And he says he gives you the ability even to become rich. A lot of people don't aspire to that because they think, I'll never be, I can never do. But God says he gives you the ability to create the wealth. So how do we honor the Lord with that wealth when he gives us the ability? Proverbs 3:9 says, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. That means you put him first in everything. One of the hardest places to put God number one is in the financial sector of your heart. And I say your heart because it's a treasure that we lay up in our heart. It fulfills heart's desires many times, the money that we can accumulate. So we give God that first portion of everything in our hearts. And we trust God for that. We obey God by putting him number one in every area of our life. So again, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruit of all your crops. When I was a little boy, I can think back to probably 4 or 5 years old that my mother did this. Back in the 60s, my bed was one of those old 60s beds that had a headboard with shelves in it. You put books and knickknacks. And on top of it was a green bowl, little green plastic bowl. And any money I got during the week, my parents encouraged me to save it and to put it in the little bowl. When you're 4 and 5, you're not shopping a lot and there was no online. So I'd accumulate the money in a little bowl. And at the end of the week, I would usually spend it on candy or a little toy or something. But my mom on Saturday would lay it out on the bed, pour it out, and we would count it, every cent. This is the 60s, so it might be 32 cents. It might be $1.27, whatever. She would break it into 10 parts and then say, this part, she explained it. She did it, I think one time really explained it and got it. This part belongs to God. Tomorrow, you're going to take this, and in kids' church, you're going to give this because this is the Lord's. Did you know there was a time in my life that I rebelled from God? There's a time in my life that I didn't follow after God. And even as an adult, I got away from church and said, I can't do this. I don't want to do it. But that was so instilled in me to really give the Lord the first fruit. I never stopped tithing to church. I continued to give the Lord's tithe, and all my carelessness and recklessness, I tithed, and even in the midst of rebellion and crazy, my finances still flowed and grew. I don't know. It's a principle. It's a principle that we honor the Lord with our wealth, with the first fruit of all your crops. Now, when you live right and you honor the Lord with the first fruit of your wealth, it's only going to go up. And I've watched in my life and my wife's life and our friends and people around us that multiple streams of income are beginning to flow into our lives because we've been honorable with the Lord's tithe. We've handled the wealth the Lord has given us in the best way possible and continue to pray for wisdom to handle wealth. And when you are trusted by God, he gives you more. He puts more in your hands because it's not just for us. We share it. We bless. We give. Do you want to be a giver? Do you want to bless other people? Do you want to be able to write out checks to this ministry or to that person or help this family? Honor the Lord with the first portion, that 10th of your income, and watch God grow it. You know, I've seen people be so bold before. I'm one of those. that I needed to make a certain amount of money. And I thought, I don't have that right now. You know what I began to do? I would tithe on what I needed. If I needed a raise, if I needed an increase, I may bump my tithe up to 20, 25%. You say, that doesn't make sense. That's being even more honorable. Saying, God, this is all about you, not about what I can scrounge and do. You give me the ability to create wealth, but it's up to me to honor you. You see, when I am willing to do that, I'm telling God, money flows to you. It's not all about me. I don't have to have 100%. I don't have to have 90. I don't have to have 80%. I don't have to have 70%. You can have it all if you want. And I've given all away before. And when you get to that place, God will trust you. He'll trust you. It's a place of honoring him, and he will release to you so that you can be blessed to release to others, and the cycle continues. I've so enjoyed this week of honor. So many facets, ideas, truths about honor. Be an honorable person and watch God explode your life. Have a fantastic weekend.